everyone. So Christina from the Secret Not So Secret Kit Club has put out a questionnaire for the members of her group, and I thought I would just do a face-to-face since it's been a while since I've done one, and it's been a while since I've done a questionnaire type thing, and I thought it would just be fun to kind of go through and chit chat about myself. I think it's been a while since I've done a video like this, and I probably have quite a few different subscribers, so if you haven't seen my channel much, or you don't know a whole lot about me, this is a good way for you to get to know me. Because I don't have a problem being in front of the camera. So I know many of my fellow scrapbookers sometimes have a hard time doing face-to-faces. So I will just say and put this out right now that I am a chit-chatter. So as much as I'm going to try to get through these questions pretty quick, who knows how long they'll take me. Also, if you would like to answer these questions and do a video, you are more than welcome to. I don't think I'm going to tag anybody, but it would be fun to hear other people's answers to these questions. So if you would like to see the questions, just put it down in the comments section below, and I'll make sure I can message you or whatever, or I'll put them in the, in the info box so that you can see. So just look down in the info box down below. So yeah, so let's get started before the intro takes like 5 minutes. So if you don't know, my name is Hannah, and I have been scrapbooking since 2014, in about March, let's say, because it sort of started in February, but more in March is when I really started scrapbooking. So yeah, so that's how long I've been scrapbooking. I've had a YouTube channel since 2015, so no, maybe 2014. It might have been the end of the year 2014. I don't know. I was scrapbooking about 6 months or so, and then I started my YouTube channel. So if you're not really sure, I can go back and look and give you a real answer. But I've been scrapbooking on YouTube for a long time. I was very inspired by all of the ladies who were already putting videos out on YouTube, and I just wanted to give back because I just fell in love with scrapbooking. And so I tried out the video thing, and I really enjoyed it. And I know I haven't been posting videos as much lately, but I still really do love YouTube. I love the platform. I love the community. It's a little bit more chaotic and crazy now because there's so many people who post and share. So I definitely don't know everyone who's sharing anymore. It used to be that you kind of knew everyone, but and that's okay. I really absolutely love finding new YouTube people or finding scrapbookers who really absolutely love it and they're just sharing their hearts out. I love that because that helps fuel a lot of us. I don't want to say oldies because I don't feel like I'm that old in the scrapbooking community, but I've been around for a little while now, so I feel like kind of more of a veteran than I do, and I definitely don't feel like a newbie anymore. So with that said, let's get going. Oh, of course I didn't tell you where I live. Do you want to know where I live? You probably want to know. So if you don't know, I live in the Pacific Northwest in Washington State on the west side, and I've been here about 2 years now, but my husband is in the military, so I'm not originally from Washington, as most people probably can tell because I don't think I sound like a Washingtonian. I don't know. How do you say that? Washingtonian? I don't know. I just butchered it. I don't sound like I'm from the Pacific Northwest. I am actually originally from the East Coast. I'm from New York. So yeah. So I kind of sound like that a little bit. I don't know. I've lived a lot of places, so I think I've picked up on a lot of different places. So if you can't figure out where my accent is from, that's fine, because I don't know where it's from either. Okay, so question number 1. See, I told you it was going to be like 5 minutes before I answer questions. Question number 1 is, how do you store your collections, your embellishments, and your tools? Well, 1, I need to do a scrapbook tour. So you need to bug me. Hopefully, now that it's starting to get nicer, the light is a lot better, and I'll be able to tape so you guys can actually see what's going on. So I recently kind of overhauled my scrapbook room. And over on the side over here, which you can't see, is a whole calyx cube. It's actually 2, but it ends up being 4 by 4. So it's pretty tall. And I have a whole bunch of different like size boxes and different things like that. So I bought like some photo boxes, some really big ones, like the 12 by 12 ones. And I have a lot of like my collections and stuff in there. So what I decided to do was put the collections together. So, or like the manufacturer. So I have a lot of crepe paper stuff together. I have a lot of like all the Maggie Home stuff together. I have all my Schmel stuff together. So it's just kind of, that's how I scrapbook. And so I figured that would be the best way to do it. I use the little, hold on a second, because I have it on my desk. I use these for majority of my like die cuts. I do have some Pink Fresh Studio old bags. I don't know if you guys were ever a part of their embellishment kit club that they had going on for like, I don't know, maybe a year? I don't know, something like that. They were doing a kit club, like an embellishment kit club. And I absolutely loved it because they had a die and a stamp, and it was really fun. It was something a little bit different than some of the other things. But anyway, they had these plastic containers that I've also used to put die cuts in. So, but I really like these, especially if you have like one little collection, because you can fit the bigger cards and stuff. So now I also have like, I have some little storage thingies over here, like the plastic ones that have like my stamps and stuff in them. But so I will make sure I do a scrap room tour, because my room is a little bit different than when we first moved in and I did one. And I can post a picture or the blog post that I did for Click Hits. Last year I did one. And I took a whole bunch of pictures, so you can see that, but it definitely doesn't look like that anymore, really, because like here over on my side, I have an Alex cube, and then I have another little small shelf that has some of the pull-out drawers, and I have like embellishments in there, and I have my mixed media in one of them, but I also have this spinny thing that Mary gave me. Yay! I actually love it because I can put all of my stuff on it, and then I can just spin it around. I just can't spin it too fast, or poof, everything goes off. But it's right here at my feet, so I can use it when I want to use it. Yeah. So, and I have a couple of metal copper wire baskets that I have some stuff in. So I really have tried really hard to have that balance of like pretty and functional in my room. So yeah, so that's pretty much how I store stuff. Everything gets stored either by like item or by manufacturer. So sometimes, yeah, manufacturer. So, okay, what hobbies besides scrapbooking do you have? Well, I absolutely love to read. I was reading a lot before I started scrapbooking, and I still love to read. So like if I'm just not feeling it in my craft room, I will grab a book and I'll read. Sometimes it's just something really nice to just end the day with, and get my brain not thinking about a lot of other things. I also really like to watch TV. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I don't want to say I don't watch TV, but I do a lot more of like a Netflix or Hulu type thing where I'll have a couple of shows that I watch. And like recently I just watched or rewatched ER because I had watched a lot of or part of it when I was younger, and then and so now I was rewatching it, but there was a lot of it that I didn't see, I guess, because I didn't remember like half of it. But that's okay, because I absolutely loved it. So I have some shows that I, like to watch and stuff, and that's one of the things that, like, me and my husband, when we first got married, we used to always watch TV, and we used to watch a lot of shows. So we kind of like to binge watch collection, like a whole season, or the season series of shows. What else? I like to cook and bake. I don't do it very often, and a lot of times by the end of the day I'm really tired, so like the meals at our house are not like a chef. But I went to culinary school. I think I've said this, but I went to culinary school before I got married and before I switched majors. I went to culinary school, and I thought at one point I was going to open my own coffee shop and like a soup and sandwich place. So, and I still would love to do that. Actually, it would be really fun to do that and then have some scrapbooking stuff or something like that. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows what the future holds in another like 10 or 15 years. Okay, because I'm talking a lot. I need my seltzer here. And I need to drink more water, guys. I was drinking so much coffee. It was having a bad effect. Can you share your creative space? So like I said, I'll make sure that I can't guarantee any specific time, but hopefully by the end of this month of May, I can have a tour. I know I have had a couple people bugging me saying you need to do a tour because you redid your room. The thing is my room's not exactly how I wanted it, which is why I don't have a tour yet, but I should just do it because it's never going to be perfect, right? And I'm always using it, so it's never going to be completely clean, and I'm okay with that because I've seen some rooms that are a lot worse than mine, so and that's fine too. Some people just need to make a mess and it's hard to pick it up. So what do you own the most of besides pattern paper? Die cuts. Yeah. I love like ephemera and die cuts and that kind of stuff, so I have a buttload of it. A buttload, because I have like one of, how Recollections has the whole big box. I think all of these are full, and I have like, let's see, and I have this that has some in plastic bags because this is how I used to store them. Yeah, and then I have stuff from like ephemera, but I don't know, I'm trying to think. I also have a lot of like chipboard, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to say I have more chipboard than stickers, but I do have quite a bit of chipboard because with Allie Edwards kits, she always has chipboard in them. I don't know. I have a lot of die cuts, though. I would say that's probably what I have the most of. Okay, what does anyone else in your family scrapbook? Well, my girls have sort of picked up on scrapbooking. They like to make layouts and stuff, but they're kids, so they're still learning. But they do say that they want to be a scrapbooker when they grow up like me. I don't think they realize it. Like, I don't make any money doing this, but that's okay because I love it. Apparently it's my job being a mom and scrapbooker, right? So Yeah, but no one else in my family scrapbooks, though. When I went home to visit my family, a couple of years ago when my aunt passed away, I stayed with my one grandmother, and I'm young. I say that. I'm still young, so she's not that old in terms of grandparents. Like, you know, she's in her 70s. So, which I think is still kind of young. But anyway, but she has a ton of photo albums with with photos from, like, you know, when she was a kid to now, basically, because she uses cameras and she gets the photos developed every single time she does. Like, she will not, whenever she takes photos, she always develops them. So, yeah. So I feel like when I seen that and it hit me, and I know that she's always had photo albums, but like, just like, she had changed the way she had them, and I was like, she's a scrapbooker without, like, the paper part of it. So it was really interesting and kind of eye-opening in a lot of ways. It kind of made me realize, like, that even without having someone who actually physically scrapbooked, having someone who appreciated photos and having that in your life, you know, growing up with it does have an impact, right? So hopefully, my love for photography and of capturing those moments and keeping those moments, that'll that my kids will be able to take that. Okay, so I need to keep going because I've been talking for almost 17 minutes now. Okay, share one fact that's the most embarrassing moment or something that on your bucket list that you've already did. They're like completely different things. Okay, something that is embarrassing. Oh gosh. I don't know. I've probably had like a ton of embarrassing moments. Let's see. Okay, so when I was little, we'll do when I was little. When I was little, about 4th grade maybe. So I was probably like my daughter's age, my oldest daughter, Leilani. I had a crush, sort of, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't remember like it being super crushy, but I know I enjoyed spending time with this person. So there's a friend of our family's that hung around at our house when my dad was in the military, and when I was younger, I had, I guess, a really big crush, according to my mom. But so when we got out of the military, he got out of the military too, but he came to visit us like a couple of years later, to hang out with my dad, and he had came over, and I was super excited and everything, and it was after school, and I remember we were all sitting around talking, and I think I was sitting on his lap, and I started feeling really crappy. Like, I remember having a really bad headache, and then all of a sudden I like threw up all over like on him. My mom was like trying to catch it, or, like, you know, doing the mom thing. So that's, I guess, kind of embarrassing, right? I mean, because I thought it was, I don't know. I don't remember necessarily thinking he was cute, because I knew, like, he was an adult, so it wasn't like, I don't know. What is it when you're a kid and you just enjoy being around someone who's an adult? And, like, I knew that, like, we weren't going to get married or anything. It wasn't like that kind of crush, I guess, but I did enjoy being with him, you know, around him and stuff, and I was that kind of person. Anyway, so something that's on your bucket list that you already did. Well, going back to Hawaii was on my bucket list, and I got to live there, so yay for that. And then something that I haven't done that's on my bucket list. Well, I would like to go to Germany. Part of my family on my dad's side is from Germany originally. So like 3 or 4 generations. down the line are actually from Germany, and they came to New York. And so it would be really fun to like go back to where they used to live and like see the area. It would just be kind of fun. I don't know if I'd find anybody with my last name, but you know, that doesn't really matter. I think it'd just be really fun. I just love to travel, so it would be fun to like go. It would also be fun to like do like a, I want to say tour or something, you know, where like go and visit Germany, visit France, visit like Holland maybe, because I have family from like kind of around there too, like Sweden, because I have family from Sweden too. But so it would just be kind of fun to like, you know, just go different places. So anyway, yeah, do like a genealogy tour in Europe. Okay, what is your oddest, weirdest layout topic? I don't know. Well, I do have a layout about coffee that we've left in the microwave. I don't know if that's my oddest, weirdest. That's pretty different. A slug? Did I do a layout about a slug? I've taken pictures of slugs, and I'm pretty sure I scrapped it. I might have only put it in Project Life, though. In Hawaii, the slugs are like huge. Actually, here too, they get really big. I just took a picture of one the other day. It was like, seriously, it was like the size of my finger. It was gross. Anyway, but yet I took a picture of it. What is the strangest thing that you have used on a layout? So the weirdest thing that I've put on a layout, I don't know. This one's really hard. I don't know, the Amy Tan, like, ephemera with, like, the pizza and stuff on it and soda. I don't know if I've used those on an actual layout, though. Those were really weird. Like, okay. I don't know. I've used cupcake holders. Is that weird? I don't know. That one's really hard because I feel like even though I do a lot of different types of stuff. Okay, so here, I guess this is the weirdest thing that I put on a layout. Though people who've watched my channel from the beginning will know I've done this. So when I first started scrapbooking and wanting to experiment with mixed media, I didn't have any watercolors, and so I lived in Hawaii at the time because that's where I was when I started scrapbooking, and I don't know why I didn't think to get watercolors at the PX, but for whatever reason I was like, I want to use color today, and I got out my food color dye. So I have the gel dye, and it's really pigmented. So I use that for watercolor. I haven't done that in a very long time because a lot of them I threw away because when you travel back and forth like over the ocean and stuff, I don't know. It just didn't, yeah. But so plus I have so many other cool things that I don't really need to use them, but they were really cool for the fact of that they were really pigmented, and they've lasted. I've seen layouts that I've made with those, and like, I don't know. So I guess that's like odd because some people would be like, what? But it's not like I use the stuff that actually touches food. So yeah, I don't think I've ever used like a food container. I may have used like the outside of a, sorry, I was looking outside because it's pouring out and my dog's going nuts. I wouldn't be surprised if people are coming home from work. Anyway, okay, I think I'm gonna have to put this in 2 videos, guys. So yeah, because there's a lot of questions. There's like 30 questions. So when I get to 15, I guess that'll be the end of this video. Okay, show a picture of your first layout ever. So I'll have to go through and look. I can't guarantee it'll be inserted here, but I'll leave space for it. I'll look. I'll look and see if I can find my first layout ever. I don't know if it's packed away or if it's in one of... Actually, no. I'll have to look and see. I might have to retake photos of it because I wasn't really good at taking photos back then. A lot of my first layouts that I did, even on YouTube, weren't, like, the light was really bad. I can't believe I tried out for like Paper Issues and Creative Scrappers, because she had her design team back then. I don't know, are they still doing design team calls and stuff? I don't know. But I applied to both them when I really hadn't been scrapbooking that long. I don't know what I was thinking, except for that I was just like overzealous there. But anyway, that's beside the point. Okay, what is the strangest thing that you have used on a layout? We did that already. Oh, what is the weirdest layout topic that I've had? Oh. Well, okay. So, well, I said that. I don't know. I did a layout with, well, I've said a couple of things. So anyway, I'm just going to move on because I kind of answered both of those. Okay, what do your family members think of your scrapbooks? Well, a lot of my family members actually, they absolutely think that they're beautiful. I know my one aunt really loves them. My mom really likes them. I don't know. They're all really, my family is pretty supportive, and if they're not, they haven't said anything, though my family doesn't live near me at all. So, by any means, they don't live near me, which I guess is a good thing. Maybe if they seen, I mean, my mom, and when we lived in like before we came to Washington and we lived in Hawaii, my husband's parents had came, and I was scrapbooking then, but I had just a section in our living room back then. I didn't have my own room. And if you guys remember, actually for a while I was in the bedroom too, in our bedroom, and then I moved to downstairs to be around everyone. And then so now I moved here. But now I think if they seen my room now and they realize how much crap I have, though it's not crap, I use it, they might like wonder. But I don't really care. But they're all pretty supportive, and they've not ever said, oh, you know, scrapbook and stuff. I mean, and my husband, he shares my YouTube channel all the time with coworkers and friends. Like, he does gaming and stuff, and he'll tell them all the time that I'm a YouTuber, and he'll send them over to my channel. So, you know, awesome. You know, it's kind of nice having people that are like behind you and have your back, right? So, I mean, there's so many people who don't have that. So I really feel pretty appreciative that my family is like, yeah. Now I will say they don't ask me to make them stuff, which is kind of nice because I don't really have time. And then I would feel really bad. I have made a couple of cards for like grandparents, but I actually really don't make that much stuff for my family. One, it just like, it takes a lot, and then you have to mail it, and it could get crushed. And so, yeah, I don't know. I did make a album for my brother and sister-in-law when they got married. I did do that. It'd be interesting to see if I did it now, what it would be like, because I don't scrap the same, or my style has changed a lot, and I was still a new scrapbooker. But anyway, that was really fun. Okay, oh, are you good at staying on your scrappy budget? I can be. Is that a good answer? I don't know. Okay, so lately, this past year, probably, maybe a little bit more than that, I really have had to stay on a pretty consistent scrappy budget. So I've really cut down the amount that I buy. And I can be really good. But I will say that I do spend a decent amount if you count scrapbooking stuff, website hosting. I just had to get Dropbox. Like, I had to pay for Dropbox because I ran out of the, the free space. But that's because I have teams that use Dropbox. So yeah. So I will say that kind of stuff adds up when you pay for a little bit of stuff. But I will say that I don't spend a ton of money anymore because I'm on a kit. I get a kit and I'm on that kit club. So I get so much stuff with them that I really don't buy a lot of extra stuff. I have noticed though that this year I bought a lot more digital stuff, like digital cards and stuff that are printed out at home. So sometimes that will get me. I have to not go to those sites because I'll be like, oh, it's only $7 or it's only $5. And next thing you know, you have like 5 things in your cart and it's still $20. So, but yeah. So for the most part, I'm pretty good. I used to be a lot worse, but I wasn't, I didn't have to worry about my budget as much. Like now that we own a house and we have some other stuff that we're paying, it's life. So every season has different budgets and that's cool. It's cool, right? I don't need that much stuff. I realized that I was buying way too much stuff before. Okay, so the next question is, what collection and product are you guilty of hoarding? I've hoarded a lot of Maggie Holmes Chasing Dreams and I didn't buy that much at Carousel, but I've hoarded a lot of Maggie Holmes stuff, like Chasing Dreams and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I love her stuff. Okay, what is the easiest supply for you to use? Well, this is kind of like, what do you have the most of? I don't know. The easiest supply, I don't know. That's really hard because I'm really good at using mixed media stuff, and I can go through some mixed media, like the pastes and stuff, or even watercolor. I can go through quite a bit of that, or like even acrylic paint. But I also don't really have a problem using like ephemera and stuff. Like I use a lot of that stuff, or like the little chipboard pieces, the really little ones. The bigger ones are a lot harder to use. In the hardest supply, brads. I'm not a big brads person. I don't know. I really don't use a whole lot of wood veneer anymore. And I think a lot of it is because they're really big pieces. So I guess wood veneer that are really big, and I don't know. Yeah. That's the hardest thing. Okay. So 14 is, what is your favorite size layout or project? I really love 12 by 12 layouts. That's my favorite. That's where my heart is. But I also do like to switch it up, and I do like to do TNs. I love Project Life as a whole. But I have a hard time staying with it because it's like the same thing over and over. I think is part of the problem. It's like a never-ending project where a layout, like, you're done, and but Project Life, you have, I don't know, even though there's different pictures. So but I also, yeah, so TNs and 12 by 12. But I don't do as many TNs lately. I haven't been doing as many, so I need to do some more. Okay, so 15. So this is going to be the end of this one because this video is like so long, but I can't help it. Like, I am what I am. So I hope you guys like tons of ramblings. Do you have dedicated time to create, or do you just fit it in when you can? So, Yeah. So I have the ability, the option to basically scrap almost any night of the week that I wanted to. But here's the problem is that mother stuff and during the week, taking care of my kids comes first, right? So there's a lot of times, especially in the past 6 months, that I'm just too tired to come in my room at night. I just don't have the energy and the brain power, so I don't. A lot of times on the weekend, I'll get in my room at least one of the days and spend like pretty much all day. So, I will say my husband is really awesome about that. He's really good about kicking me in my room and saying, you need to go scrap because you haven't scrapped all week and we're going to hear about it. Which actually I've been getting better about not blaming anyone because it's all my fault if I don't come in here. But, I'm thinking I need to have a certain time because I'm finding that I'm not getting as much done that I would like to do because I don't have energy, and I would like to get in here when I have energy. The problem is can I have the time to do it? And will I actually get stuff done? So, yeah. It should have been an easy one. So basically, I have the ability to be able to be in here a lot. Though the thing is I will say is for a long time, I was scrapping at night, and probably a decent like half of my week would be spent staying up late and working on stuff in my room, which is fun when you're not tired. So, but yeah. So probably once the summer comes, I will definitely have a lot more time, and I'll just, but for now, I'm kind of just fitting it in when I can. But I'm not one of those people who can just come in here for 15 minutes and scrap. Like, I will not get anything done if I have 15 minutes. And I actually, a lot of times I won't even come in my room if I have 15 minutes because I know I won't get anything done. So I usually try to come in here when I know I have like an hour or something, or in the evening time. Sometimes like in between after the kids get done with school and I'm done with some housework and I'm waiting for dinner to finish and, before we eat dinner, sometimes I'll be able to get in, which is what I'm doing now. But I've just wasted my time. And I didn't scrapbook, but that's okay because I thought that it would be fun to do these videos. So with that said, I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to put it in a video, and then I'll get this situated, and then you guys will be able to see the rest of my other questions as well. So I'll see you guys later, and I hope you have a great scrappy week. Bye.